everybody. It's Chris and Josh from Bay Area Nerf. And if you're here for a Nerf video, that's not what you're going to get today. You are going to get another lightsaber video. I know we have not put up a video in a minute. We've been retooling and fine-tuning what we want to do on the channel. And but in that time period where we're rethinking possible, we got a Kickstarter from Hampton's handcrafted LED sabers, specifically lightsabers for the OTS line. Would you like to explain what the OTS line is, Joshua?
Yes, the OTS line of the HHCLS Sabers is a individual customized saber parts around a saber chassis that allows you to completely customize and create your own lightsaber. The long and short of it is...
Chassis.
It's all about the chassis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of you might have seen the unboxing video we did with Ken Hampton, who runs this whole operation. Big thanks to him for letting us come down to the shop, see where a lot of the stuff is put together, and talk to him about all of this. So
the other it's Hampton's handcrafted LED sabers OTS line, and you know what? From the man himself, OTS actually does not. They will not release what OTS stands for. They prefer it to be up to the imagination of their customers. So I'm going with obligatory tambourine sisters. That's what OTS stands for me.
There we go.
There you go, Ken. That's what you get. Obligatory tambourine sisters. So anyways, like Josh said, this is a modular system. It's built around a chassis. We'll show the chassis off when we take our lightsabers apart.
Yes.
In front of us we have everything we haven't used. Mm-hmm. So everything on this table is a potential part that will connect with each other. It's like Legos for lightsabers.
It is like Legos for lightsabers. I'm gonna move these just so you can get a better.
Those are the patches that the Kickstarter came
These were the patches. Both of the. I really love the this one.
Yes.
This one. This is the new logo. This was their older logo. I love the fact that we got the patches for both because I love the old logo.
And it came with stickers, which are I already used mine on my lightsaber stand.
They're the same things.
Same stickers. So what we'll do is we'll tell a little tale of we'll go through when we ordered these, the build up, and how we finally retrieved them. And then some of the stuff we've done to them since we got them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then while we're doing that, we'll break down the internals and how things work. So, about a year and change ago, I don't remember the exact date, do you?
I'm sure I can pull it up, but...
A year and change ago.
When the Kickstarter went live. Literally, if you search for this on Google, you will still see the Kickstarter. Yes. So whenever that went live, that's when we Kickstarted.
So we had heard about Hampton for a while. Ken Hampton makes custom lightsabers for people like one-off.
Super well known in the community, well respected.
Yeah.
I've literally, we couldn't find a bad thing about it.
Nope.
Right, but the wait list for getting a custom saber was like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
It's like maybe one day. It's a pipe dream.
Right. So we at that time we were probably a few months into collecting lightsabers.
Yep.
And maybe 3 or 4. I think 4 months into collecting lightsabers.
Sounds about right.
We bought a couple. I think we each got a saber forge. We got some ultra saber stunts.
Yep.
And we were looking to get the higher quality. It was we were going to get Vader's Vault. We were looking at Asp from Saber Forge. Mm-hmm. And then this Kickstarter popped up. And the deal was, the package we bought was $1,000 for 2 chassis.
Yeah, 2 chassis.
2 string blades.
2 Fraxon blades.
Fraxon string blades. And then one of each part.
And one of pretty much every part that they had available. This was the they also make a version, ours do not have crystal chambers. So there's a crystal chamber version that's more expensive where you can actually see, the crystal and it glows.
And it's not that those were sold out, it's just I'm not partial to crystal chambers.
Yeah, and I'm actually the same way. I think crystal chambers look really cool, but I find them largely impractical because it's really hard for me to display them and make it look like a functional lightsaber because most lightsabers, right, in canon, don't have the crystal chamber just showing. Unless, it's supposed to be, broken or something, then that's a whole different thing. Anyway.
So we didn't choose crystal chamber. We chose this one because we were going to get a lightsaber, and then we were going to be able to build parts and then split them. And
we figured we could test all the different configurations we could come up with, and then if both of us liked 2 of the same thing, we'd just buy, another part.
Right.
But more than likely, we would just have different
And
stuff.
it totally worked out because we like different parts. So
totally know each other well enough to know.
Yeah, we like different parts, and then we were able to beach build our own lightsaber. And like we said, these are for action string blades. So for anyone that has not owned a lightsaber yet, the string blades are much more rare. They're rare as in for the I hate calling the things custom sabers. For machined for the machined sabers, like the mass produced ones you can buy from the specialty shops. Hamptons, Saber Forge, Ultra Sabers, yada yada yada, Vader's Vault.
Right.
They're not custom truly because they're not one-off. They are inspired by and mass produced, right? So there's no mass production there.
Sure.
But what makes everyone probably different is the care they put into their guts.
Mm-hmm.
And where these stand out is it's not only a guts thing. These blades are string blades, so they are similar. Think about the Hasbro model you bought off the shelf for $100, a master replica. They're called master replicas, Black Series.
Yep.
Those have string blades, right? They light up. They use a little scrolly effect, and then you can kind of see the gaps in between the lights, right? Because it's literally an LED inching up a piece of plastic, right?
Yeah. Yeah. On the Hasbro ones. Yeah.
So on the Hasbro one, it's a string blade, right? These are like those, but awesome.
Yeah.
So
these are built to all of sort of the specs that you're used to with a lot of these, high-end sabers, non Hasbro Black Series,
right,
stuff like that. These are polycarb tube, and then they've got a couple of layers of. I know that I think there's a foam diffusion and a diffusion, and then
I think the lights are closer together.
The lights are definitely
There's
closer
way more
together.
lights going up them.
Yeah, they're way brighter than anything Hasbro has put out.
Right, it's just the technology. It's that technology, but way better.
Right, way better because if you smack it twice, it's not going to have a black spot in the middle, which is what you get with the Hasbro ones. I've seen those time and time again get knocked around at like lightsaber gatherings that we've been at, and a light will go out in the middle. It's like a Christmas tree light, just one is gone.
The other cool thing is so with these, a lot of the
battle ready. These things are nice.
I think they're warranted for light to moderate dueling. Mm-hmm. I'm sure if you try to break anything, you'll break it. That's just the rule.
Oh yeah, people will come up with ways. But I mean, there's a pretty good video of Chase who puts these together, just going to town on like a wooden, like a pommel horse type thingy.
Little pommel, pommel horse.
Yeah, and it still stays lit. It's fine. Everything's great. So, blades, top notch.
Blades are great. And now balsa blades are about $300 each.
Are they 3 or are they 2?
2, maybe $200 each.
I think they're like 2.
$200 each.
Okay.
$200 blades. So that's not what you're paying for your normal blade, right?
Yeah, this is not an empty tube like most blades are, right? There's nothing to them.
This is not a flashlight. It goes the technology all the way throughout the thing. Anyways,
correct.
So you've already got the quality blades, and then the pieces are, I would call them beefy.
Yeah, these are not thin aluminum pieces.
Right.
These have some. When you put this together, this entire setup has some heft to it, like a lot more weight.
A lot of weight
than you would get on a lot of the other sabers.
Yeah, another saber, especially a one-piece.
Yeah.
Aluminum tube that's been cut out and whatnot.
Correct.
But the cool thing is when we put these together, we didn't sacrifice balance.
No.
My saber spins great. The balance is amazing. The balance point's great on it. But we'll show you our sabers when we'll pull them up for a reveal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you named yours yet, but
no, I have not.
But anyways, the balance is great. So they feel like you paid good money for your lightsaber. Like I felt the quality was. I really felt the quality.
That joy was not manufactured. If you saw that other video, I'll link the other video in the description. But that was.
So we ordered these, right? So we're gonna go all over the place because that's the first video in like months for us. So
oh yeah, this is gonna be like a Tarantino film. We're starting at the end, and we're just gonna go all over the place, and then you'll be like, yeah, that's what happened.
Anyway, we ordered these. The Kickstarter, Ken and his team, there were parts delays because they just weren't happy with the quality of the parts they were being sent from their manufacturer. So they were like, no. I respect the fact that they cared about their brand enough to not put out inferior product or partial product, despite the fact that I wanted these. Like,
there were some people that were like, hey, we were really concerned. This always happens on Kickstarter, right? Where people be like, oh, we wanted it this date, and blah. Like, I remember replying to one of the threads like, I'm happy that you guys are not shipping us a substandard product. Like, I'm waiting because of everything that every review that I've ever read of you guys says that, you know, you go above and beyond and you make all the parts. Like, everything's to spec.
Right.
And you're not going to skip. And so I'm paying for that quality, and while it would be nice to get them faster, I appreciate you not just compromising the quality of your product. That says a lot about you guys, first off. So, me as the consumer, I'm willing to make that wait. It still wasn't going to be like a 3 to 5 year for a custom.
Nope,
so.
it was still less than that. And it's Kickstarter, so there's going to be delays, right? So,
Exactly.
Finally, so we go months. I think I picked up.
You picked up so many sabers.
I think I'm at like 14.
You got like 14 sabers.
I don't even know. I'm at
so many sabers.
Been to Saberforge's showroom in Portland twice. No, twice? 2 times.
Yeah, you've been there
Bought
twice.
my wife some lightsabers. I got me some lightsabers, and then they also came down to a con, so we got some at the con. But anyways, point being, I have picked up between trades, purchases, whatever, a lot of got a couple Hito Rens along the way.
Yeah.
We tried out a bunch of stuff, right?
A lot of stuff happened.
So, we would become, not jaded, I would say, but I will say that my expectations lowered because I've seen everything out there. So I'm like, oh, okay, these are going to be cool, but these are going to be too big for my hand, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy calls me and says, hey, if we could get them, would it be cool to drive up? So we live about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's about 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's 3
about
hours.
3 hours one way from where they are in California. So we got a free day because of some cancellations on some things.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken was nice enough to meet us.
Yeah.
Ken and team.
Yes.
And I'm looking for team because
because Ken's name is attached, so you've memorized it.
Yes.
And then you almost, I know you wanted to say Chase instinctively because his name's attached with all the fractions.
No, it's not Chase.
But I know it's not Chase.
Anywhere
but I'm like, Chase is not even in this state.
Chase is not in this state.
Chase is not in this state.
Man, I feel super bad.
Oh.
Super bad. But you know what? I think in my Facebook feed,
I was going to say,
he tagged.
Yeah, we should all be tagged in that picture.
We are tagged in that picture.
All
so
right.
just because, listen, while Josh is talking, I'm going to find this. I don't want to disrespect the gentleman that was working that day.
Yes, I will try to. So let's see. So yeah, Ken and company were just kind enough to say, hey, yeah, we'll come in on a Sunday. We'll open up the shop. We can do like an unboxing video. We'll show you guys all this stuff. So of course, drove up. A lot of you guys saw that was our first look at our actual sabers, was us opening that up. We didn't see any. We saw different sabers while we were there. We saw some like parts here and there and stuff going on, but that was our 100% first initial unboxing reaction and our first thoughts on everything, and it blew us away. Above and beyond. Like we said, we had looked. I mean, we had other sabers, right? And so we were expecting quality, like, yeah, this is going to be a little bit better, but it's still basically going to be like, all sabers are pretty similar, right? Not even close. Not even close. These things, they are so, first off, the chassis is so nice. And there's so many saber companies that don't do any sort of chassis or build. I know there are other ones that do, but this was just phenomenal. Going from, sabers that have just kind of all the wires thrown in, or some people will put heat shrink on them and kind of twist them up. And I mean, I've seen some sabers that have a nice job with the internals, but once you go to a chassis, I don't know how you'd ever like go another saber where I don't have that, because it is nice. Everything's right there. Like they have, I think this is a Nano Biscotti V3 in this. For those of you that aren't all techie in the saber game, that's the sound card. It has a SD card on there that you can pop. You can do 2 different sound fonts and switch between the 2. There's so much room for not only customizability for the physical saber, but the quality was just all there in all of the parts, and it's phenomenal. So while Chris keeps looking,
while I am failing miserably
yeah,
at my mission right now.
like you don't put up that many photos. They're like you're tagged in like 3.
I am tagged, but I don't think anyone tagged. Working.
Oh,
that's the.
You killing.
I thought he tagged.
Anyway, I mean, you want to keep going? I can look.
No, you keep talking.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep. I am. So I mean, as you guys know, but anyone that's watched this knows, we are all about giving credit where credit is due.
That's right.
Ken was not the only person that provided excellent service.
That is true. That is true. So, I mean, let's go over some of these parts and things and talk about why this was kind of so exciting, aside from like the obvious sort of, hey, these are like Legos for Sabers, which is awesome. And there will be more parts coming out now that the line is sort of getting out there. You know, a lot of this stuff, like the pommels, are completely compatible with most of the modular Hilt system stuff that's on the Custom Saber shop. There's in fact a link on the OTS site that will take you to the Custom Saber shop and all of the parts that are compatible.
Yes.
So it's not just, so you could get these, we just got the base sort of colors, where it's silver, right, and a brass. And you could get these were actually offered up in a couple of different powder coats. There was a blue,
a red.
There was a red for sure.
Black chrome?
I don't think it was chrome on this.
Oh. Shiny black?
There might have been a black. I honestly don't remember, because I didn't care. I was like silver, because most lightsabers are silver.
Yep.
And then the accent, this was offered in a bunch of stuff too.
Yep.
Right? So this was different colors. I think these are the ones that had black chrome on them for like the accent pieces. I just went with the brass just because we thought it would be easiest, and it's more sort of the universal classic lightsaber look, right?
Right.
Are you done searching? You want to?
I'll wait till the text comes in.
Anyway, you want to continue this?
So we show up to the shop. Everybody's there. You know, we got to open. If you guys watch that unboxing video, it'll be in the link. We were super juiced. So just so you see what this thing looks like, let me see if I can.
Oh, what are you doing over there?
I'm gonna remove my.
Remember, your blade is still in.
Yes.
Okay.
You're correct. I did not bring an Allen wrench to this, so it looks like you're going to show up your chassis.
I mean, mine also.
Yeah, yours is also in, right?
Yeah, mine's also in. Here, I can go grab an Allen wrench.
Yeah, go grab an Allen wrench. Anyways, I'll chit chat. We forgot the Allen wrench.
Yes.
We were so excited to do this, and out of practice, we forgot the Allen wrench. Anyways, so we opened our chassis. It was magical. The experience was just great. You know, everybody there was super nice, chatted. We talked about Star Wars, lightsabers in general. We even talked about different competitors, and I will say, no, not one time did Ken disrespect any of his competition, which I respect a lot. In a merchant, I respect people that stand on the shoulders of their own product, and they respect healthy competition and welcome it because it makes them step their game up. And hopefully, other vendors bought these and are going to step their game up, because these things are just by far my favorite of the 12 or 13 lightsabers I purchased this year. This is by far my favorite lightsaber.
All right.
So
here we go.
I'm gonna take mine apart, and we'll put it back together. The cool thing is, by taking it apart, you know, I'm not gonna lie, there's that little kind of feeling of like building my own lightsaber, like in the movie.
Yes.
That's that little. It's just that it's not even like, you know. Obviously, they do it way cooler with the Force, right? They don't have the Force. That I just have an Allen wrench and some threading. But now, a couple things. So I'm gonna take my
Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
See, told you to give me like 2 seconds. I know I can find that.
That's the blade socketed.
So yeah, let me give you this. This is the end of the blade. See, there's just a tiny little hole.
Yeah, that tiny little hole matches up with that tiny little hole.
Yup.
Now, this is the OTS chassis.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
This is the guts.
Right.
Please, if I can get it close enough, take note of that amazing wiring in there.
It is solid.
That is like no extra space, no
that
shenanigans.
Right off.
This slide. There's your battery under there,
and there's your
memory card, sound card. I mean, this thing is absolutely
so just ridiculously easy,
insanely pretty.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so solid.
Yeah. So a lot of the weight from your saber is this. This is the weight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of weight,
and I don't. It's not because the guts are that much. It's just the premium product they use. You know, the bars they use right here to reinforce it.
Mm-hmm.
The plates, the mounting plates they have right here are very, very thick, very heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like that experience is just so premium.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when we got these, we were just like, I had never experienced that before.
So this also. Oh my gosh. Oh, yours is on here so tight.
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Never move. Oh, because I twist it all the time to tighten it up.
Here, you know what? I'm just gonna use mine. My guy.
Yeah, use yours.
So there's actually a couple of. I'm like, you're missing one part, or not missing a part, but rather there's a part that you can't show you. Part of the. Oops, there you go.
You do yours.
I'm gonna pop mine open and show you all. I guess I should take the blade out though. Boop. 2, 3. This guy, look at this scrub. Turning things on. Oh,
My bad.
it's okay.
You can hear the sound. It sounds good.
You can indeed. Oh, I also, you may notice this. Mine was shorter.
Yes.
I specifically asked for a 32 inch blade, and they were kind enough to, not even question it. Not even question it.
Nope.
So, mine, because I have to take this part off just to get it out.
Yep. There you go.
See? There we go. This is the chassis right
That's
here.
the chassis. Yeah, I have a neck piece.
He has
I have a neck piece.
Yeah, he has a neck piece on.
That's my bad. Which I don't think has ever come
Which
off.
this right here plugs into the Fraxon blade, but this is completely compatible with like a pretty standard. You can get them over at the custom saber shop, like Tri-Cree LED enclosure and everything. So you can run like a normal style blade if you have different color, LEDs that you want. You don't have to buy a $200 Fraxon blade,
Right.
Because each blade is predetermined what color it is.
Correct.
They are not, you can't change the colors on them. That's it. They're whatever blade you got is the blade color.
But they're quick wired for quick wired for LED. Like that's awesome.
It's super awesome.
You can extra. That's a little extra.
Easily pop this out. There's the quick disconnect there. Bam, throw on LED and you're good to go. Or if you happen to have different colored blades, like we both have different colors, I could swap his blade to mine.
Totally could do that.
And then again, you can customize the sound. You can get different sound fonts, and then it's super easy.
Yeah.
I looked into it a little bit here and there with changing some of the settings, some of the flicker settings. It's all in the manual, but it's all easy to find online. But that's the beauty. They've got the in-hilt recharge port.
Yep, in-hilt recharge. It's very
and non-lit button, which I like.
Yeah, I like
because I really dislike lit buttons, especially when
it's a color.
It's a color because I swapped out an LED in a green saber before, and it had a green. I didn't realize it had a green ringed button, so it just kind of looked weird. Like, why do you have this green button on a red saber? So I love the unlit button. And what I actually like is, so the button. Some people, I've talked to some people that were like, does it bug you that the buttons and everything are sort of on this rectangular piece here? What I like about it is very reminiscent of the control boxes that are on sabers in the actual movies. Specifically, the original trilogy kind of had that big. Everybody sort of remembers. It's not even the original trilogy because now it's in Force Awakens as well. But the big control box that are part of the Graflex sabers.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of it. Don't mind the way that it looks, but it makes holding it so terrible. This kind of emulates that whole control box feel with the shape, but it's nice, and there's no jagged lines on this guy. It's not huge and getting in the way, like those other ones stick out to like here, and you're just like, you can't flip, and these are just phenomenal. So, yeah, we went through a ton of combinations.
We did.
Before deciding what we wanted ourselves, and I'm going to put mine back together because,
So you basically screw in.
I was like, that doesn't even. Yeah, there you go.
Put your pommel in.
Yep.
So you just put the parts together. I mean, it's like I said, they go in pretty much in the way you would think they would go in.
It's pretty obvious once you start playing with these.
I have to make sure my brass is locked down.
Lock down the brass.
So
you basically build almost the entire bottom part of the saber, and you can just slide the chassis right in, which is really nice when we were putting things together too.
You know what I did?
Oh yeah.
And plus I have to put my blade on.
Yeah, you gotta put your blade back in here.
So you're gonna put your blade on before you put your emitter?
So there are actually a couple of different pieces. I guess we should go over this really quick. So there are pieces like this that are, and I don't recall the names for everything, right?
That's the neck.
So that's like the neck piece. This is where the The blade will screw in. There should be 2 retention screws in there. So you can use those, and that's what I'm using on mine. They require this extra little, where is it right here?
Yeah.
This guy.
You're not using this.
Right? So basically, that is where this is on Ferone Saber right here. Bam.
Yep.
All right. So this would go there, but it screws down directly onto the chassis.
Correct.
So to cover this part up here, you use this little neck piece, which I have on mine, so it looks normal.
Yep.
But what you also have the option of doing is, like B.F.U has, is just an entire piece that goes over that.
Right.
And screws on. In which case, then you don't need the little extra shroud thing. That is your blade, yes.
So after you built your...
Now the thing is, if you're using the way that that B.F.U is, you will have to...
You have to socket your blade first.
There you go.
And actually socket it and screw it on a little bit.
You have to tighten it down before you put on the shroud over it. Whereas mine, I'm using one that I can just put directly in.
Yep.
And the only disadvantage, if you want to call it that, is that you can see the retention screws, right? So on mine right here, I don't know if this is going to get picked up by the camera, there should be 2 little dots that you can see. Whereas on B.F.U's, once he's done screwing this all together, you won't be able to see those screws at all. So it's just a little bit of, I like the bit of the thin neck coming in here. I just like the way that this looked a little bit more. But it's all personal preference. But it gives you lots of options. Now, aside from just all of this stuff that we kind of have,
So much of the polish is coming off my hands.
aside from that, there's also a couple of different. We have couplers that allow you to swap, so that you could do a staff.
Or just extend your base out. If you
Or
want
you could just extend your base.
Out of style handle. Like
Yeah,
long,
totally.
Really long handle.
Yeah, totally.
Do that.
And then all of these have different accent pieces you can throw on, right?
Yep. Like we have on ours. So I have a brass accent.
So that totally changes the way this looks as opposed to it just being this one piece here. And the accent pieces don't all have to go on the piece that they're meant for, right? You could throw this guy on here if you just wanted a little bit of this right here. This is supposed to, I believe, go on this bottom piece right here, right? So it fits on rather nicely, gives you a little bit of look on the bottom. Now there's one that changes this from this holy brass look to just completely brass. I'm using that on the bottom right here. Right, so you can throw these kind of all over the place on your saber and try out different things. There's just tons and tons of combinations.
Not too many combinations for us to do, obviously, in front of everybody.
Certainly, certainly.
So, and then the saber lights up like a normal lightsaber. You press the button once, and so differences between the two. You turn your flicker off, correct?
Flicker, I think on this sound phone is off. If not, I can switch to one that is.
Well, mine's on, so.
Right.
So, bang.
I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but to the naked eye, there's a slight flicker in there. Now on the sound
camera's
card,
probably not picking it up.
On the sound card, you can actually take out the SD card that's on the Nano Biscotti, plug that into a computer, and you can change the settings. There's just a text file, so you can add different sound fonts. Up to 2 at one time will be switchable. And you can just hold down the saber on button, ignition switch. There we go, ignition switch, and it'll make the noise to indicate which sound font you're using. So you can customize all that stuff. You can customize the flicker for each sound font. You can customize the sensitivity.
Comes with flash on flash, although you're not going to say the blade suit didn't break for the camera. It's
Yes.
just white.
Yeah. I mean, mine isn't going to be
It picks up green though. The cameras always love green.
It does
Yeah, it
really
looks-
love green.
So now, with a string blade, you're going to get really even width.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, you can see yours more. You can put them next to each other. There you go. Still can't tell when that's flickering.
Yeah,
You trust us, it works.
yeah. So you can
Do
adjust.
not lie to America.
So you can adjust the volume. You can adjust the flicker. You can adjust how dim it goes when it flicks on clash,
Yep.
as opposed to how bright it goes total. I mean, there's just a ton of stuff you can do. Anybody who's used a Nano Biscotti is going to be familiar with this, but I know a lot of our viewers likely are not.
No. We'll get some that will. So,
Yes.
okay, so now let's get on to so we go up there, we get our lightsabers. We're happy, we're shoot, I had a saying that I was going to use, and it's gone now.
It's gone. I don't know.
No, it was probably pigs and shit.
That sounds about right.
So sorry about that. Oh wait. Oh, we're totally off that era of the YouTube channel. We were happier than pigs and shit. So we were just super stoked.
No, yeah, we were really happy.
So we'll go to the part. This part of the thing. This is not a negative. I'm going to state that now. So anyone that jumps on this video and they say, that's my impression of someone under 25 watching my videos. Just offend the whole audience.
Yep.
So basically, if you look at this, you really can't see it on the camera, but these aluminum pieces have a powder coat, like a anodization coating on them.
Yeah, they don't show
Like a flat aluminum.
Yeah, it sort of flattens it out, and it kind of makes it so that your fingerprints won't get all over it. It's still obviously silver, right? But it's not a shiny, like mirror polished sort of silver.
Correct. So
Continue.
work with Ken, messaged him back and forth, and I decided to use it. I have stripped a Ultra Saber before. I don't whatever one has the double claws on it. Mm-hmm. It's the Reaper. Whatever has double claws. I stripped all the blue off of it, managed to make it work. I found a video online and we'll link that video because I think it's important to give the original video credit.
Yep.
That stripped aluminum off of wheels or something like that using oven cleaner.
Yeah.
So got some easy off, and I went to town on mine last week. I think it was last week or during this week. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the camera will pick up the difference, but
here, this one was also done.
Yeah, there we go.
You know what? Here, I'm just gonna go hold it up.
There you go.
Get nice and close.
So
nice and close to the camera.
After stripping off the anodization, you're then able to take. Oh yeah, that definitely shows up.
Right.
You're able to take the solid one is obviously polished.
This one was polished. This one is not. They're both. Oh, sorry. It's hard to do this from this angle. They're both obviously metal and obviously aluminum. Yeah. But you
got that sparkle.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of sparkle, which is nice. It gives you the ability to customize that if you want to. Right. It'll be much harder for most people, for the average person, to put a coat like that on.
Yeah, I'd rather it be on there than it's so easy to take off.
Super easy to take off. So a little bit of elbow grease.
We took it off. I mean, I'm not even satisfied. I'm going to probably re-spray my parts again and try it again. And
we're going to keep
finding it until we get the mirror we want. But so that's not a negative. That's just something that
to know.
Something to know that even the aluminum parts come with a coat. Now the brass does not. The brass can be polished flat out right out of the.
There's nothing. I mean, maybe.
No, we didn't.
Is there not?
I polished mine straight away. I didn't strip it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, so yeah, I can see a little bit of fingerprintage.
Yeah, if there's something on the brass, it polishes just fine.
So just know though that if you do stuff like this and you are getting fingerprints on it, you're gonna have to have a little care and extra maintenance of your saber.
Absolutely. Right? So once you go to full raw aluminum and you polish it like that, you're gonna get fingerprints, dirt, like.
Right, and the fingerprints aren't too bad, but over time you're gonna see some just some tarnish, right?
A wise man told me, the more shine, the more fingerprints.
Yeah. So I mean, if you polish this stuff up to a high shine, and you leave your fingerprints on there after a good day of con going or sabering or whatever you might be doing,
that
wipe it down. And I know that people have talked about using different things like to coat it after it's kind of shiny to keep that from we haven't done that, so I can't speak to the effectiveness.
I'm gonna let him coat his
of that sort of stuff.
I'm always afraid I'm gonna coat it and then want to do something else and then have to uncoat it.
Right, so that's my thing. So I have no qualms with taking like a microfiber to this after a day of me having it out and displaying it and stuff like that. But I don't want it to get all.
So we've got these. We've swung them. We beat them around a little bit.
Totally smacked each other around with them.
Yep, they stood up to it. Like we said, they are
super sturdy.
Sturdy, and if you're used to a single piece machine hilt or maybe a two-piece machine hilt, you're gonna notice the weight. The cool thing is the weight is balanced. Yeah. Because those hilts, if I have a 37 to 40 inch blade on say one of my Ultra Sabers apprentices,
sure,
all the weight's in the blade.
Yes.
It's a big blade, right? Not their fault. It's just all the weight's there. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Because there's no weight in the hilt at all.
Certainly.
Whereas with these, you have a lot of weight in the hilt.
Oh yes, they're very hilt. Very, very well. They're balanced, but
Yeah,
but they're balanced. Yeah, I was gonna say, especially with the Fraxon blade and everything in there. But they feel solid, is what it is.
They feel solid.
They don't feel janky.
Nope.
Like I don't feel like I'm playing with a glorified flashlight with this. Right? It feels like I have a piece of technology on my hands and I'm swinging around.
Yep.
It is nice.
So the Indiegogo's going on right now still, I think. You still get on the Indiegogo, and then a few months after that, hopefully the shop should be up and running, and you'll be able to order parts and order these, and it'll be a full run. I will tell you, if you were thinking about investing $500 into a saber, I would say this is a solid investment.
I would agree. Solid investment.
Solid investment.
And I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like when this is out. What if the prices are going to change?
May go up.
And I don't know how much things will be like. Right, we got a pack that has everything. So but there is a builder online that allow you to see what these parts will look like. So you can order just the stuff that you want. You can build your saber. You'll get those parts. And the nice thing is, because this is so customizable, and because you can take the chassis out easily without having the rest of the electronics in, right? It gives you free reign to do what you will with these pieces. Now you can. Of course, just shine them up. You can etch them.
Yeah, you can saltwater etch, acid etch, laser etch.
Yeah, you can coat on. You can bake on enamel.
Yep.
You can sandblast them. I mean, all these things that you can't do normally because there's obviously electronics in your helmet.
Right?
Or like it's really difficult, right? Yeah, for sure.
When I stripped my Ultra Saber, there's parts where I missed.
Yeah.
Because I was so cautious of taping around electronics to make sure the easy off oven cleaner didn't get in there.
Right, you don't want it to start
I gotta
eroding.
go back and do it over again, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this,
you just take it all apart.
I was able to do this in hours. I was able to strip everything off.
Yep.
Then I was able to show him how to do it today.
Oh yeah.
Stripped everything off. Took us a couple hours. Shined up all the parts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not. You keep using finer and finer sandpaper to make them look better and better.
Yep.
But man, these came out exactly the way we wanted them, which is the entire reason the OTS line was made was so you could have a base unit. Feel like a Jedi building your lightsaber, and then go out and make it your own.
Yeah.
And you know it's been an experience for me so far. The experience isn't even over yet.
There's going to be a lot of testing things. There's going to be leather wrapping stuff and like putting rubberizing some of these and etching. Like we have a lot of stuff that we want to try to do, which is one of the reasons why we are also looking into getting, like we got this the way we did, because we knew that some of the pieces that neither of us were like interested in having would be great test pieces for us to test doing all these things to. So there's just so much customizability that you can have a custom lightsaber for $500, not wait 5 years for it, and build it yourself.
And I would say if I were to have to go down like say 2 lightsabers, and getting rid of everything else I own, I would keep this, and I would keep a saber we'll do a different review about for different reasons.
Yeah.
But this would be my number one pick. Like if my wife said, hey,
100%.
You know, we gotta cut this hobby out, or you know, so life changes, everything happens, right? This would be the one.
Yeah. If I was getting rid of everything, and I could only keep
I would keep this one and invest in LEDs.
Yeah.
That's only what I would do.
I mean, yeah, it's so easy to just swap them out. Just boom, boom, boom.
This is like the only, if you buy the right package with this, it's the only lightsaber you're ever gonna need to buy.
It really is. I mean, like you can get, obviously, if you're just balling and you want to get some really custom stuff and not have anything that's like this in the line. Of course, by all means, you know, there's gonna be nothing like it. There's one in ever in creation.
But I would tell you, why not buy this and then really customize the crap out of the parts and make it like nobody else's OTS.
That's what I like, is the ability for me to now take this and make it my own.
Yep. Gave us a blank canvas with a little bit of paint by numbers, and then they're gonna let us freestyle afterwards. So.
I love it, and the fact that more stuff is coming out just means more customizability. You know, you can have 2 completely different sabers built with different parts, and just swap the chassis into each one whenever. Like I've got one for this costume and one for that costume.
Yep.
Boom! I'm just swapping that chassis into one for one.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's awesome.
Can't say enough good things about the line. Can't say enough good things about the saber.
Can't say enough good things about the customer service.
Customer service, amazing.
Yeah.
I messaged Ken a few times for questions, and he always responds within under an hour usually.
Yeah.
I know he's a busy dude.
The quality is just out of this world.
And you know what? Having met him and talk with him, he really seems like a dude that just gets to live his dream and do for a living what he would want to do, and that he would also buy his own product, and you'd be surprised how rare that is, but how important it is too.
Agreed. I think a lot of people will say the product speaks for itself, but in this case it really does.
It does.
It really does.
The quality is right
but
there.
We're going to try to anyway.
Yeah.
And we can't say no good things.
Yeah, the quality is absolute. I mean, like I said, it's by far the nicest one I own. Can't wait to get a different one to see if it's I mean, I can't imagine me enjoying something more than I've enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Because I was able to take it apart, like Josh said, and I could do things with the pieces and not feel like fear of ruining the electronics.
Yeah, and that, as cool as having a fully customized lightsaber from one of these, really high-end sabersmiths is, being able to take this apart and customize it is really, to me, part of the appeal.
Yep.
Because I can make different things, I can make different sabers for different scenarios, and it feels cool to me to be able to customize it. But at the same time, I'm making multiple sabers, whereas if I have the one that I paid $1,000 for, $2,000 or whatever, and I waited 5 years for them to make it for me. It's awesome, but am I really gonna how often? I mean, some people will be like, yeah, you're gonna do this. Other people like me are like, I'd be too afraid. I don't know if I can take that out to cons because if somebody messes up my $1,000, $2,000 saber, and it's one of a kind,
you're gonna have a bad time.
Right? It's not if I dropped this, if somebody just whacked into me and I dropped this, I could buy all of these parts. Yep. Right? Or if I just boom and it just hit the ground and it was super oh man, this just hit pavement, I'll just buy a new whatever hilt pieces I need.
Yep. It's very true.
If you got that one of a kind, ooh man, I remember seeing what was it? The Doctor Who sonic screwdriver lightsaber that somebody had. And one of the prongs broke, and it was just oh my goodness. Oh, I had to ship it to go to this con. I'm like, oh my, I can't even imagine this full custom lightsaber getting messed up. This, I don't want to imagine it, but it's fixable.
Totally fixable.
Totally fixable, and that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
I can't wait to keep customizing it and keep updating everyone on what our sabers look like.
Yup.
I don't know. I'm
right. I might make a full one and then buy all these pieces again to do a battle damaged version of my saber.
Maybe
the same saber. I'm gonna build the exact same thing and then be oh, this is the.
You gotta find a name for your saber. I haven't named mine yet.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not finished yet.
Help me name my saber, America, and the rest of the world. God, you know what? Whatever. I keep saying America. America.
Yeah. I mean,
Help me name my saber.
Ooh.
And a couple names that are off the table. I'm not going to name the saber Rodney Dangerfield. Not going to happen. Not going to name the saber Little Yachty. Not going to happen. Josh, Little who?
Okay. No, I'm just... all right. I thought you were going to go hey, we can't name it. We can't have the same name as something else that's already famous blade.
Well, it'll be never canon. No, hold on. I will name my saber after another famous blade from other parts of history. I have no
it's red, so I can't go Frostmourne.
No.
But I'm just there's so many
many
good names. Anyway,
so throw some suggestions in the comments box.
Sure.
About naming the saber. So, Mr. Josh, if I were to ask you to rate your Hampton's saber on a scale of 1 to 10, and then rate the overall experience on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you give it?
Let's see. Saber is going to be an 11, and then the experience is going to be a 20.
Okay, I want everyone to understand something. For those of you rolling your eyes and saying they're in the tank for Hamptons, you have never been to a movie with this dude.
That's true.
This is the guy that walked out of, Gone with the Wind it was good, but I don't know, it could have been, he's well then. Okay? He's if you watch Fat Man on Batman, welcome to the Irish Mark Bernardin. That's who he is. So for him to go 11,
shout out to Kevin Smith, we love you.
For him to go 11 is now I can't even give my rating because I don't have a number high enough to match the normal gap. For me,
he's a 50 and I'm an 11.
I mean,
so that's
for me. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go 9.5 and here's why. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah,
And I don't want to give it a 10, and then Ken and company drop some other bombs, and then my whole rating system's shot.
That's
so
fair.
I'm going to leave half a point for improvement.
Half a point.
Just in case something drops in the next like 2 years, and I'm like, oh.
That's fair.
Well, my old saber was poop, and I'm going to buy this next one, Ken. Thank you. Here's my money.
Yeah, I mean, that's very, very possible. I'm just saying, compared to everything else out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, this definitely lowered all the ratings on my other stuff.
Right, like 100%.
My other stuff is now, what once was a 7, has now a sober 4. I was a saber drunk 7, and now it's a sober 4.
Yeah, you're not lying.
And experience, you give it whatever you want, because I don't know if I could ever, I don't know if I'll ever get customer experience that same way again. It was fantastic. It was amazing.
No, and I mean, like, we've met other people and talked to other people, and it's just, everybody is in agreement. Ken is an amazing person.
I would
Staff
say
is amazing.
That team gives a premier saber experience.
It's true. It's 100% true.
They're like the Apple of lightsaber companies.
Sure, yeah.
That's a high compliment when you come to brands.
I got a Samsung, so I know.
Well, keep everything on the table so it doesn't blow up. like my Ultra Saber almost did.
Ultra Saber almost exploded.
Here's a fun story. Me and Ken are having a discussion about Ultra Sabers, and he was like, yeah, some of the older models, the wiring was a little, blah, 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 just joking around, right? Joking around. Not even like, he's just like, yeah, just don't leave your batteries in too long or don't have bad batteries in it. My dumbass has left the batteries in for months. You turn this thing on, and it goes, wee, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta take this apart, get the batteries out, Oh.
Oh, I've never seen him freak out that much outside of watching movies.
But it didn't throw it because it had my acrylic blade on it, and it wasn't getting thrown. So I was going to lose the left hand. I was going to be a Skywalker.
You were gonna complete the
No, they called me Fatican Skywalker. Walk me over to the pastries in the sky. Anyways, so Hampton's handcrafted LED lightsabers OTS line is
huge thumbs up.
Bay Area tested and Bay Area approved. Man, y'all couldn't do it any better. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this rambling ass review that we just put up. We'll be more succinct in the future. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just talk here and blah, 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 blah. Because we like to hear ourselves go blah, 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 blah. Deal with it.
True facts. All right, y'all.
Oh, yours just sounds cool or whatever. All right, everybody.
May the force be with you.
And happy clashing. Oh, we are so out of practice.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
It's like speaking a foreign language.
Oh, man, so out of practice.
So sorry.